Hello, welcome to Garden Chronicles. My name is James David. This is a continuation of the part 2 of the video which I've taken earlier concerning the KL Park Festival. Here in this video, I'm actually more focused on what is actually taking place inside this dome, more like an indoor space garden. And here it's a very much on a collection of all the rare plants together with exhibition and some of the vertical garden showpieces, and I believe these are one of the award-winning types, and I hope that you enjoy these views here, especially the ones that is being showcased here for contest purpose. Just like the earlier video, this is very much more on plant shopping and viewing in the plant tour here, so I won't be covering more on the details about the plant types and their plant care. Without further ado, let's get into the exhibition dome and see what are the plants that is being showcased here. Here I want to showcase to you one of the vendors here known as Planty Goddess, where they are actually exhibiting all these rare collection plants, and I find that it is quite beautiful to see, and also the feature wall that they have actually set up for the exhibition, which I find that is quite interesting and unique. The key note here is to really look at the plants, because most of the plants here are actually compactly arranged, though they are very rare and difficult to maintain in a way for the plant care. But however, I noticed that these are quite a considerable size, and it would have taken years for them to establish itself for this plant to grow. I would like to just to highlight this particular cactus. It's about 50 years old, and you can also see the premium price that's been sold. And believe it or not, this is actually a plant that is almost as same age as me. Just want to highlight some of these begonias here are not the common types, and you not will be able to find it easily in normal nurseries. And also in a way, I can say that the plant care requires certain characteristics and care, as these would not able to stand on direct hot sun and of the common types of begonias, whereas these are very much more on the rare begonia types. Some of the cane begonias here was not easily available at 2 years ago. Now you can see that these are now easily available here. The begonias seripetala and Simbad, and few of those maculata types, especially begonia eyes, and this kind of dotted type, which is once was very rare and not easily available. Also, there's a lot of collection of philodendron, monstera, and specifically climbing variegated aroids, which, as I mentioned earlier, now it is very much available at this season of time. I must say that in comparison to so many places, he's one place that I've managed to actually view and see at face value all the collection of anthuriums, especially the rare types which is not easily available. And here I managed to actually see them face to face, especially the Fogartii and the Dorayaki types of hybrids. I do not know whether you noticed this, but I've actually noticed and spotted a variegated anthurium, which is quite rare and expensive. This is very much the collection booth from the Planting Goddess. I managed to capture a photo with the owner of this particular vendor here, and I find that hopefully you enjoy this particular sets of all the plants and the exhibition that is being showcased here in this particular spot. Here you can notice a beautiful anthurium forgetii with a leaf structure which is firm and upright, which I find that all the features are very much evident and strong. There are some collection of carnivorous plants that has been showcased here for sale, and also inclusive of some of the rare anthuriums, especially the ace of spades, followed by the begonias that are still rare, especially the begonia dark vader and begonia raja. One of the most intriguing thing about when it comes to aroids are their leaves appears to have this shiny iridescent kind of features, and especially this also shared by anthuriums, and this particular one are some of the philodendrons. So this is one of the things that the features that it can be actually been viewed carefully, especially under a dark setting, especially such as this. I'm truly amazed at this collection of all the Staghorn ferns with different varieties, inclusive of their hybrids, which I've never come across. And I can say that this is quite an exclusive setting in a way that you can actually have a full collection if you are actually hunting and collecting for Staghorn ferns. Just want to make mention of this Platycerium ridleyi, the one of the most famous and the rare types, which is very much sought after and in a way has its challenges, where these are not an easy type of Staghorn fern to cultivate. I would like to make an emphasis in this particular vendor here, Mr. Arvind Tong, who represents this particular spot in this garden space. And I can mention that this particular garden, vertical garden wall, has won award for this particular competition. One of the most interesting facts is that this particular space, this dome itself, carry about 5,000 over plants that has been exhibited here, and most of these plants are actually rare and highly sought after plants. Next in the collection are the terrarium types of plants, and the ones that is very much suitable for the indoor space and also together with the grow light that is required for the adequate light setting. Similar like the terrarium, these are the vivariums, which together with the water setting and the lights and then a little bit more in the grandeur scale, and that in the factor of those who have the taste and the means to purchase them for their garden setting. I must make a mention here is that there's a lot of work that has been put in here, especially on the setup and the technicality, especially the misting machine together with bromeliads and some of the carnivorous plants that's also been set in here, which also gives some value and some features that is quite intriguing to look at. I have now come to the end of my video, and I truly appreciate if you can click like and subscribe to my channel. Also, I would really like to hear your thoughts and opinion concerning this plant dome in this part 2 section. See you again in my part 3 and hope to catch up with you and see you soon. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.